see what this final pick will be here in the bottom lane, as Alistair's still up.
Yeah, I think Duro maybe just is a cow. Nico is available as well.
I mean, this just means this lane that maybe Duckdom was thinking was going to be okay is now kind of a rough one that he's not going to have a lot of fun in. And it's just more engage for this comp that already has so much of it. The pick potential is high. The Nico is not a traditional like melee engaged champion, but can give you a lot of power as Gwen. If anyone gets rooted trying to close the gap onto Ruler, who already has an escape as well, then they're probably just going to get blown up. If you get rooted, then you get seismic shoved and you die. And the Vi ultimate is just not even a factor in those types of situations.
Perfect and BDD to make these lanes work. See how it goes. We jump into the Rift for game 1. Yeah, it's going to be a difficulty. As Ruler and Duro doing exactly what this composition is going to do, and that is win lane, shove, harass. Ooh, I forgot that it was against Gen G.
Yeah.
Infinity% more objectives than Gen G so far this game is. Never mind, Duro's going to come in, finds a double Pop Blossom. Duckdom is able to get some shots off, but that is still first blood onto the enemy jungler. Immediately answered there as BDD does get a kill, but down goes Wei at the same time, and Gen G are going to alleviate that whole issue when it comes to the feats of strength things. As not quite the skill there. Duckdom went down to 1 health though. That's kind of crazy.
Okay.
And best perfect is dead.
Okay, well, that issue with the Gwen getting ahead, we kind of checked that box here for the Gen G composition. Oh, never mind, we're moving on to the next one.
Yep, let's explain this fight.
Duro is a little ahead of the curve here in terms of his disguise, but he's still tricks perfect here. And across multiple years, like, I can see the headline now, like, have there been just one too many?
Yeah, he's walking after him. It's a little bit scary. Okay. Sometimes you throw a captive audience at them, as there's the flash as BDD comes in. He flashes on over. Ruler just gets out of the way, though. And so now BDD, it's all a bit dark. That Deadly Flourish was so sick, but the Mega Cone is just going to keep Ruler alive. And I guess he just never really was in any trouble. It's once again Perfect is dead. He is going to dash a bunch, but the scissors is still there.
It's a dodge from Ruler at the same time, you know, tomato, tomato, whatever, but he doesn't get it. Duro does not have his ultimate. He will actually in 8 seconds. He really wants to make something happen, but they're not here on time. Like, Jovi also had Weaver's Wall. The fact that this Herald take seemed like it was a freebie, and Gen G were like, I'm not sure. Maybe we could actually get that too. Because here's that Weaver's Wall.
Yep, it is going to come through just to try and take down this turret. And that should be working out here as Duckdom does walk up. Cuz is moving in as well. Deadly Flourish doesn't find the mark. That's a fantastic Tangle Barbs. That will be able to lock down this turret. Duro is getting my POM so far.
2K gold lead for Keen and a 40 CS lead. 0 versus 0-2. You're like, oh man, it's Keen, but no, it's not.
Oh no, the bullying of Perfect has continued. This is just emotional warfare here. I mean, as Perfect is just not allowed to play the game. If you did crush Paper enough, you could make it heavy enough to be a
Paper with Wayne the Rock Johnson on top of it. And Keen on top of Wayne the Rock Johnson, and then it's like, that's where Perfect is.
Yeah, watching him do arts and crafts. It's all right. Public execution comes through. Perfect actually getting involved for once as Keen will get a taste of Perfect medicine. And it doesn't feel fantastic. That's
Canyon is going to catch Duckers.
Never mind.
Canyon is going to catch Duckers?
Oh, no. You were so good. You were so good. Okay. He's going to be spotted. It's fine.
Ooh, Canyon's going to catch Duckers?
Okay, he is going to catch him. He thought that he was safe. Does flash out of the way, though, and now the rest of KT have made their way over. The curtains have been called as Canyon gets that bullet to the face.
Okay.
And Wei misses a cannon, but that's fine. Last shot goes towards Ruler, and honestly, Duckdom is playing incredibly well.
Yeah, gold graph that flatlines is a good thing for the team that's behind.
Yeah, absolutely. As Artican is not often a good thing for the team that's behind, as Tangle Barb's just barely missing. That was actually kind of crazy.
Almost has 2 items, he just hasn't transformed because he got it so fast.
Yeah,
they're going to leave.
Splitter as Crashdown does get Wei out of there. Chovy going to find the shove though, and oh no, the Rel is just being caught out. And we'll just be eaten for breakfast. Keen coming on over trying to kill this ward. Perfect is just teleported in, but it's a 4v5. Realm Warp to try and get KT out of there. They do, all 4 of them make it to relative safety, take a phosphorus bomb, but this is just going to be them giving over the Artican. There's no good news.
The problem, KT. I think the problem for KT in this moment is Duckdom will try to annoy them.
If this steal comes through, that would be funny. It won't have this Chemtech Dragon, which is now up and available, and they do have control of the area. Duro trying to get himself out. The flash forward from BDD to try and lock him down. Public execution is enough to finish him off, and now Keen is in amongst it, and maybe that's the way he likes it. Down goes Wei, and now the cease and desist comes through. Cuz ain't tanking anything. as at least BDD gets one back on the back end of that play, but still, they're not taking a dragon off this one, and it is just BDD against the world.
He's going to get Weaver's walled in.
Here's the world, by the way.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of rocks, especially when Keen is so fed. Like, look at this. There's 4 people.
And he has
4
W,
people.
so he just missed and like takes not even like 10% of his health bar, it feels like.
Yeah, he was just like, I think I'm fine. All right, there's a seismic shove. Perfect going to lose half of his health bar just from that alone. Deadly Flourish is going to be the answer here, though, as now Cuz is going to turn up. Pop Blossom going wide, does get the flash out as a cease and desist from Canyon. Looks almost suicidal, but Keen makes his way in, and BDD is getting cut down, but loads of flashes going to be utilized. The Talia has fallen, and Keen now frontlining, but no one else is there to help out. And KT! They just take both solo laners with no response from Gen G.
Canyon is alive here with Smite, of course, on this buy, but it's a one-way ticket if he is going to steal. Gen G have to somehow poke through this, but I think this is just gone.
Well, let's see whether they can actually get in there and make this one a 50-50, because Ruler's got a lot of poke. The turn is going to come through. The pillar is fantastic. Wayfinding some CC. As now, Perfect trying to get himself out of there. Ruler is just doing so much damage. Way is dead as an afterthought, and KT... yeah, an optimistic Baron.
I actually thought the Baron take was okay, but you either have to burn it and commit or turn faster, and Way's positioning on the turn was not there. He didn't have his ult because he used it in the last fight. Going, well, we've got all 3 lanes pushing. The only way we lose this game is if we try to hard push a little bit too far like we did last time. So he's just going to walk over here with big 4th item.
Oh, Duro, he finds both carries even after the flash. Cease and desist comes in. Down goes Doctom immediately. The Nico is going to fall, and at least they get, no, they're not going to get beat. Oh, there it is. Down he goes. A double kill for Keen as Chovy's throwing rocks around. Perfect does have to flash as BDD gets a Void Staff from the grave that he might be able to use in game 2, because I think it's likely that this one is just over. Flash out from Cuz, and he just gets Phosphorus bombed to the face. That Infinity Edge is working real well here for Ruler as he finds a double kill. And Gen G collect the ace, and they will win this game. And guys, it wasn't close.
It was not close, not even for a moment. There was like one hiccup on the top side, but otherwise, start to finish, Gen G dominant.
It's like a sports anime type of vibe. I'm into it. Yeah, Gen G did way more damage than KT. KT just kind of fell off a cliff in this game. I think a lot can be said about things that happened in draft, but I think a lot of it was outside of that. And the way... do you want to make something happen?
We are setting up for the Giga Jinx angle.
It's the Jinx angle.
Okay, this maybe not necessarily as Giga Jinx, but still.
I mean, it's jinxable. This is jinxable.
It is still jinxable for sure. It's also a Pheliosable, I do feel.
Yeah, true.
It's also Caitlynable, but I don't think they're gonna do it. As Ezreal, everyone thinks this champ is in a really rough spot right now, and clearly Gen G are concerned about the dive opportunities that KT's comp does allow. But it's certainly, Ruler has all the cards. Like, he holds the ball's in his court when we set up 4 5v5s. And I just, if you're going to go straight into Xin Zhao and then you're going to go, aha, they picked Rumble, I see that, and I just go Ornn, then I want to see something that when this comp comes together, I'm like, damn, I really liked how they rounded that out. I really love the hyper carry potential there. And Xayah can be that late game win con, can do well with Ornn. Ornn can set up the Xayah because the Ornn Horn gives you the opportunity to then close that gap and then do that massive damage. But I do think there were better options.
And it's not going to be as much of a big deal. See whether KT can utilize it, though. That's the big problem.
To kill Canyon, is it Chovy who's going to be, going for a Galio build where he isn't that tanky, doesn't have that much armor? They try to burst him down with some of Duckdom's damage. As a jungler, is going to slam somebody into a wall.
Yeah, Canyon is just going to throw a rock into this bottom lane. Decent little knock up there from Wei. It doesn't get stunned into the wall, as now Dura going to have to flash to get himself out of the way. That was not the dive that Gen G were looking for, but they're still sticking around. They've held onto this wave, so they might be able to get another opportunity, but these health bars are not very high, and Wei is holding this wave just offside. Canyon just going to flash in, though, and there is first blood. Never mind.
All Canyon has to do
just takes a little bit longer as Ruler almost died.
Oh,
the flash! Okay, does get the flash out from Ruler, but I think the Xayah flash a little more valuable. Teleporting back to this one unless he wants to die.
Sure, he's going to have to back.
Canyon's going to make his way over. Oh, never mind. It could just be doomed. As Wei not going to be... Oh, he actually waits out the Steadfast Presence, just barely survives. As the KT bottom lane do limp their way out of there. That should mean that Gen G are easily able to take these grubs, though.
Ruler might just push this wave in and grab a plate because he can.
Chovy does get ulted back there by Cuz. Chovy gonna have to flash. Does do so to get himself out of dodge. Oh, Canyon is gonna make his way in here. Cuz set up, but Duro does have the inside track. Dr. I'm gonna come on over. He actually blast coned his way in. There's the impale, but Cuz still keeping himself relatively safe. The flash out there from Cuz as they go back in looking for Chovy. That is going to be the kill. It goes over to Wei, unfortunately, but they'll take it. They're going to even things out. Now the stun is going to connect, and the 1-2 punch here of the Xin Zhao Annie is going to work until they are evicted from the plane. Cuz just goes down. There's the knock-up as the answer might actually be here, and there it is. Feathers get pulled back. Wei might be dead, but BDD is just going to wander his way back in. No mana to speak of, but he is still scary enough to get rid of Gen G. And now Wei is going to try and get out of the way. Dr. here could be in trouble, but that's going to be the snare. The quickness comes on through. The flash has to be employed to get Canyon out of trouble as the teleport in from BDD is looking for Ruler. Does manage to find him. True Shot Barrage just wow, Wei just didn't even flinch.
Yeah, Wei's like, I've seen a lot of True Shot
I think
Barrages.
he should have flinched. I don't know.
The way I look at that is he's like, man, I've seen over 10,000 True Shot Barrages. I know that one's not going to hit. Yeah, I mean, that was a really aggressive play that cost Canyon this flash, right? Ruler doesn't have cleanse anymore.
Oh, we got a ward going into this brush. They spot all 4 members as the equalizer goes down. Goodbye, jungler. Thanks for the leash, says Gen G, as Canyon very comfortably steals that away. The Ornhorn going to come down as he just turns his way out of it. Oh, no. Oh, well, KT. I guess Gen G going to be thankful for the leash. 250 going to be the difference here. As Chovy could, he is in a lot of trouble. There's not a lot of justice in that punch as a bear goes down. He taunts them all, and they're like, yes. And then they kill him.
As you can see, he has one control ward here, but it's a full wraparound. By the time they get to the control vision, he's way ahead of it. And so just doesn't have anybody do anything here. Good zoning there from Wei. Punch is denied. He was going to die no matter what.
Yeah. Very, very dead.
And Chovy shows up now. Does have his ultimate, so skirmishing here is going to be really tricky. And Geen has a teleport TP.
No teleport for perfect. You cannot fight this KT.
There's no way.
Yep. Duro is just going to send Cuz away. And that is a guaranteed take on the Rift Herald. KT still wanting to look for something here. I'm not sure about it as the equalizer goes down. And Wei able to use that quickness, getting himself out of the way as Dr. so incredibly close to dead, but will be able to keep himself alive. And the question I have is like, why?
Yeah.
Why are we fighting? Why are we doing this? The flash out from Cuz gets him to safety, but why does he need to get to safety? As Wei is almost dead, he gets out, but why? BDD flashes in! And I think I know why he was looking for a kill, but I just don't know whether he's going to be able to find it, as now they're able to back away. KT, we don't have to.
No. And, like,
all right,
Canyon is just going to make sure they don't try to defend this turret, but remember when I asked the question about who does BDD ult if they don't have any prio? He didn't do anything until he ulted randomly at the end. And we have complete control on the bottom side. Chovy's like literally chasing him to the mid turret now. He's like, yo, you are not actually coming to this objective fight. KT, I'm going to deny you the fight you shouldn't have taken last time. This time you just cannot even get there. And that's a free dragon.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Gen G now have choke point control with Impale.
There's also no objective to fight for, so maybe this is time for KT to fight. Yes, it precisely is, as they go in onto Canyon, who just says, and what? And the and what is nothing.
I mean, they're trying to force an unfavorable fight with the power they have.
Teleport now. Teleport now, perfect. Perfect, teleport now.
Teleport now, teleporting now, he's teleporting far away.
Okay, he is going to teleport now, at least. As there's the knock-up on the Canyon. They want to be able to take down the jungler. He's so tanky. Still, he's able to deliver a gargoyle and flash away. Tibbers gets ulted on. True Shot Barrage this time is not going to find the mark. Neither does the equalizer really, although Dr. is so incredibly low. Chovy dives in, gets the Featherstorm out here as Dr. uses the barrier. Canyon, he manages to snipe him. Down goes the Lover's Jaw. The Ornn is picked up, and it's an instant triple for Ruler, who is now 5-0. 100% of the kills here for Gen G.
Just too much Gen G, too good of Ezreal play, and
this is Ocean Soul.
It is.
Maybe, like, if Ruler does get every kill in this game, maybe we do have to give him Palmer.
the LCK, when you're behind against a team like Genji, you just have to go hide on bush and hope for the best.
I mean, it's Molten Edge time as well, so at least Doctom is doing a bunch of extra damage. BDD does take down Duro as they set the trap and look to take... Canyon's drifting has been so sick today.
He's the only Skarner player in our league right now, and so he is by default the best, but if everyone was playing Skarner and I watched this game, I'd be like, well, he's the best.
Yeah, Ruler is going to take down in
like, what? How does he
get himself out of the way as Canyon. I mean, it was a cool play, but I think maybe he heard us saying that he was like super cool and stuff, and then he does that thing where he goes a little bit too far.
I don't know, he just panned over and I watched Ducktom with his ult get impaled. I was like, that's a good play, but
they flash it in. Great quickness play there onto Keen as the equalizer is in a decent position. The gargoyle delivery is so good, and Keen picks up the first kill for not Ruler in this game, and Ruler is a bit angry about that, so he's going to grab another one for himself as what goes up must come down, and that equals another double here for Ruler. 7-0 here for this Ezreal, and now Wei is getting chased down. True Shot Barrage, if that connected, he was dead, but he is not.
Wei knows about True Shot Barrage, just figured that out. He just wasn't there in time.
Yeah, well, he's here now. There you go. The Ram, all right. We get a Bellows Breath. There's a nice knock-up onto Ruler. I mean, nothing's really going to come of it as the Arcane Shift gets him out of that grand entrance, cause, the Impale's so good here from Canyon. Once again, Ruler gets his 8th. He's legendary. He already was. I mean, it's Ruler, but he's going to grab a 9th here on the back end. As Genji, I think they want to go home. I think they're kind of done with this one, as they are looking for their first inhibitor of the game. Keen was in the bottom lane, by the way, guys, pushing this Baron wave towards this inhibitor, and they'll take 2 at the same time, which is kind of what they've been doing all game.
Yeah, that's really a great way to put it. Atlas says, okay, maybe we get one?
Nah, it's Gargoyle delivery. That's what's going to come on through here as Jovi puts himself in position with a great Justice Punch. The Nexus, it belongs to Genji now as Ruler, bobbing for apples, takes down Doctom. BDD, the next one in trouble as they just destroy them on their fountain. And Genji, yeah, they'll make swift work of KT here today. I mean, sometimes the heist goes well.
Yeah.
You know, you're watching those movies and you're like, I just really like Clive Owen. Like, the guy's really cool and like he's quite eloquent, and you're like, Denzel Washington's doing a great thing here. I do want to see the vote spread because I'm sure he's just going to randomly steal one, but look at that. He did like as much damage as his top side combined. Did he do as much damage as his entire team? Well, like, I mean, almost. Wait, was
it? Yeah, he did.
It's almost exactly.
Yeah, he did more than Keen Canyon. No,
they did 45K.
Almost.
They did about 45K.
Yeah, almost as
but it was
exactly.
very, very close to him doing like almost exactly 50%. So that'd be like a 45% of his team's damage type performance there on the Ezreal. Yep. 5-0-7 on the Corki was a bit of a forgettable one there, and 11-0-1. As obviously Chronicler is a Duro voter, but I mean, Duro played exceptionally well.
Thank you very much, guys. This is here for the POM interview translation, joined by Ruler on the side of Genji. Wow, the fans are so happy for you. Congratulations on the win. And you just got your 4th consecutive win and have secured a spot in the playoffs round 2. How do you feel? Feels amazing. And getting the POM always feels great. And that was such a dominating performance yet again today. Is there something that Genji tends to be careful about? Something that you guys like to watch out for? I feel like draft is really the key of this current meta, so I think that's just something that we're most careful about, the draft. And in the last team fight of game 1, Keen got a triple with Gwen, and we were actually all wondering and very excited to see if that becomes a penta, but you took the last kills. So did you think that you had to take the penta away? You know, because of the enemy's positioning, I just thought that, you know, there's no way Keen gets a penta. There's just no way. I knew that there is absolutely no chance that he could actually get a penta, and that's why I took them. And in the recent ADC champion trend, it feels like Ezreal wasn't quite of that preferred pick, but you still picked him in game 2. So how do you explain your decision? You know, I think there are other champions that got a buff, and I feel like I wasn't Ezreal wasn't actually my preferred pick either. But I feel like the other teams, because Ezreal isn't being picked lately, I felt like maybe this Ezreal pick might have built tolerance, so I thought that maybe this would be an effective decision as well. So regarding Yunara, you spoke pretty highly of her, but Genji banned her in both games. So do you think Yunara belongs to the top of the tier list? Yeah, I think she definitely is a high tier pick. And I really just wanted to see how the other teams play her out. And I was really excited to play her as well, but today our decision was, let's just go ahead and ban her. So that's why we ended up not seeing her in our match today, but I hope that in the future I will be able to see more of her. And with the bot lane's incredible zero death performance, you were today's POM. But Chovy's at 1,300 POM points and will be awarded the player of the split. So how do you feel about Chovy's sweeping all those POMs? Do you feel sad about it? No, I don't feel particularly sad. And I'm not particularly frustrated, but since he is already awarded such a huge milestone, I feel like he should probably give the POM to the rest of our teams. And Chovy actually got a POM, and I actually bought him some Korean barbecue, so I hope that this time around he is able to treat me in return since I got the POM. Back then it was the POG actually that we celebrated, so given that this is a POM, it must be more valuable, right? Yeah, I believe so. So maybe I can expect the expensive dinner. And with that, you will advance straight to playoffs round 2. And you're still halfway through the regular season. So in the remaining matches, what will you focus on? You know, there are so many competitive teams right now. And I think we just have to really look into and study what kind of draft will work the best for our team. And I think I just have to make sure that we can keep our fans happy. I'm just really glad and happy for all the support. So I want to keep on performing well for them. And it looks like your parents are here. They must be so proud of you for getting a POM today. Anything you want to say? You know, this is the first time. You know, as an alpha male, it's kind of hard for me to say and something that's soft, but I'm just really grateful that you're always watching me and supporting me, and thank you. That's the end of the interview with Genji, and back to the space. Thank you.